I'll beat it out of you.
Okay, here's another League of Legends game coming your way. Don't know who I'm going just yet because our mid laner was hovering Yasuo before it was banned out, so I was thinking I should go AP, but I don't know. Unfortunately, I only get to see one enemy before I have to lock in. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Hopefully he doesn't go Zed or something like that. If he does, he's just gonna screw us right from the get-go. But we'll see. So for Udyr, I can actually keep up with Shyvana. I can actually out-duel her even. The big problem that we run into is if the mid laner goes AD, Talon, Zed. Those are the two remaining ones left I can think of. Because then Shyvana can just stack armor and then there's nothing any of us can do. It's literally over from before the first second of the game actually starts. As for the whole Camille thing, that's not necessarily bad for Nasus, because for her to deal her damage, she has to stay within his ult radius. Basically, if they both ult, that should favor Nasus. The one thing that does suck is, so far with the team comp, Okay, bot lane is going to favor the enemy already. I don't know if those two have traded or what, but if that's not a serious AD carry misfortune, it's even worse. They're going to be going for the lane push strategy, and the enemy team is actually all AD, with the exception of Shyvana's paltry magic damage. The one thing that does suck, though, is if... yeah, this is going to be a tough fight. So if Jinx goes for early wave clear, she can actually survive the push. This is the page I'm going for. They actually don't have... well, there's a slow I have to worry about. Here's the fighter page. Attack speed quints, scaling armor yellow, scaling armor blues, 880 reds, 1 crit red. So I did have a Ziggs bot lane in the game before this one, but the guy had no clue what he was doing. He did not build a Lich Bane or anything, and he just fed his ass off. So I'm hoping this one at least has a little bit of sense, but we'll see. I'm afraid it might be asking for too much these days, and Storm Raiders, eh? It's kind of interesting. Definitely gives me a bigger edge over Shyvana since I'll have the Courage of Colossus shield. Overall, I'd say both mid lanes are suboptimal. GP is going to be a little bit better off because he can ult other lanes. For Riven, not so much. She might be able to get something done if I can get in there and we basically stun GP. He's going to cleanse one of our stuns, but then the other one has to land. What's worse is she took teleport mid as a Riven. Like, if she took Ignite, she'd at least have kill pressure. If she had Ghost or literally anything else, it would be better. I'm not looking forward to this game. Hopefully some sort of Ziggs nerf gets put in this next patch. Then are some big nerfs for the assassins so people can play AD carry again. Anyway, GP and Camille are pre-made. Shyvana and Sona are pre-made. For us, we don't have anything obvious, but we'll see how this all comes together.
The energy of creation is our strength.
And we're doing something we haven't done before. We're going Tiger.
Light speaks through us.
So I activated the Tiger here because I can get the dot with the first proc without losing any mana here. Basically, I'll hit it. Once the dot expires, I'll refresh this and then start dealing damage.
Ready.
Welcome to Summoner's
Nice thing about Tiger Stance is you do get a crapload of attack speed. Oh, crud. I grabbed the wrong thing. Oh well, I can still make this work. I don't actually know what I'm going to turn this into, though. Hey, she found one.
Stalk the enemy.
Yeah, I'm so distracted I didn't even notice I grabbed a rejuve bead instead of a refillable.
We hear the rustling of prey.
This isn't as bad, though.
Minions have spawned.
The thing is, since we're on blue side, I actually have a pretty safe clear. If this were red side, I probably would have to go back pretty quick.
Our journey continues.
Worst come to worst, I could turn this into a redemption. So you can see the dot going. Now we're actually Tiger Stancing. So we'll take Turtle Stance, it's gonna give us lifesteal here. I'm still gonna smite this. Ah, crap. So if you're not familiar with Tiger Stance, it does add a little bit of base damage onto each hit. The active effect is it gives you a surge of attack speed, and your first hit has a dot attached to it. So I'm actually going to put another point in Tiger. We'll put the dot on this one. And hopefully you can see how fast we're clearing here.
Wrath of nature.
Now this is not an easy camp to take, I'm afraid. Overall, it looks like I'm going to finish with about as much HP as I had when I started, so all things worked out. I'm going to try to pull this up a bit. And we are going to smite this. Sad part is I don't think there's anything I can do for Nasus here because of how badly beaten he's getting.
Spirits have merged.
There goes my ghost. I think we got her flash though, so I'll take it. Actually, I'll take the medallion here.
An enemy has been slain.
Sad part is that's kind of what I was expecting out of bot lane. So our quote-unquote supports are the last ones standing. And not getting boots here is going to negatively impact my clear a little bit.
An ally has been slain.
I think most games these days are just decided by who gets the crappy bot lane. If you can actually get guys who play the position and stuff, you should be fine, but
Stalk the enemy.
problem is those guys are probably quitting for other games by now.
Life speaks through us.
That's not a big deal. I have trouble taking that camp anyway.
We hear the rust.
So is it 300 or 350? 300, that'll work out perfect then. So I can grab that and that. By the time I get to the blue buff, it should be coming up. Now, because we have a Riven mid, that means I'm going to be keeping all the blue buffs to myself. And once I actually get this blue buff, I need to start trying to keep tabs around the dragon pit so we can catch Shyvana if she wants to solo it. What's worse is with an earth dragon, that's going to get her on the path to snowballing kind of hard. So right here you can see my ping has skyrocketed. It may be possible I can't even stance weave anymore. So, wow, I barely am. Oh, ult's accounted for. Freeze. Let's go ahead and pop this for the gold. Now I don't know where Shyvana is, so let's use this to see. No wards in our jungle. Now I saw her dart across the screen, but I'm not entirely sure what happened. Now I do need to work my way down towards the bot side so that I can try to keep eyes on the dragon. Shyvana could be looking to do that. Die to the dot and the red buff. As will that one. Or not.
An ally has been slain.
Now I don't know if she wants to push this or not. Do I have enough for Bloodrazor? But hopefully you can see that with the changes to the jungle, Tiger Udyr is leagues ahead of old Udyr with Phoenix and everything. And of course we're going Bloodrazor because we're playing around Tiger stance. Tiger relies on a large number of hits rather than being all about the AoE clear type thing and damage over time. And granted, you do have a damage over time debuff, it's just your Tiger procs hurt.
Life speaks through us.
So with Max Tiger, I could look into doing Dragon right now. And since I burned Smite there, that means we're going for tower. We want First Blood Tower right here and now. So I want the Sheen because we're going into Trinity, and I also want the Longsword here for a little bit of extra Tiger damage. You can see that the damage over time ratio is pretty high. I think it's like 1.3 or something like that. I don't actually have time to calculate at the moment, but actually it'd be like 1.4 from the look of it. I'm just rounding my AD up to 100 and seeing that's 140. That's how I got the 1.4 in case you're wondering. I'm kind of hoping we can see Shyvana pop up somewhere. Bingo. My dragon. That alone is enough to tell me that's completely free. Now there is a chance Jinx could try to steal it, so I am going to smite this, as much as I don't want to. And if Shyvana's here, I can kill her.
We are filled with light.
So top just got warded. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything there, but we can see. So right here I want to make it look like I'm going in their jungle.
Unbreakable.
Okay, we see Shyvana down there, my blue buff. And Camille thinks she can fight me, which is kind of amusing. That was a really nice combo between the two of them, but Ziggs should not have turned around. I can...
Our blood is hot.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your Your team has destroyed a turret.
Speaks through us. Strength. Wrath of nature.
Slain.
Charge forward.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Who would stand against us? Retain guard. Free.
Okay, I'm gonna start talking again. That time my team actually followed up, so I'm kind of proud of them. You can see that I'm not that easy to kill, and they seem to underestimate that.
Pray.
So I'm attacking those to heal up, and I'm actually going to take a point in bear stance here, just so I can make a getaway if need be.
Our journey continues.
Actually, hold on, is the honey fruit ready? It is. Uh-oh, Nessus. So I got his ghost out of him, that's good enough for me. Misfortune is not playing the smart game here.
Send their spirits.
I guess they're not trying to capitalize. Okay, there goes Camille. So I'm just trying to pull this out real quick. And I can solo this, so it's not a big deal.
As one.
Okay, I didn't even have to smite that after all, courtesy of the siphoning strike.
Ready to pounce.
Doing that mostly as denial, rather than anything proactive. So she's going for the Hydra rather than Fromel, which is a mistake in my opinion.
Here.
So ironically, this rejuve bean has actually done wonders. Doing this just for the surge of attack speed, and then I'm going back since I have my completed trinity. Hopefully Nasus does not die here. So the next thing we need... Actually, should I? I'm gonna do this right now just so it's upgraded. I may turn this into a redemption of Warmog because I have a bunch of different options. I still say buying it was a little bit of a mistake, but we're rolling with the punches here. Okay, there's 4 there. We need a little reinforcements for ourselves.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Oh my god, he doesn't have the Lich Bane. So let's go into Tiger Stance.
An enemy has been slain.
Get over here, Shyvana.
Our journey continues.
Right here is when it sucks not to have Phoenix Stance. Maxing Turtle.
Put them on their heels. Unbreakable. Our blood runs hot.
Notifying them that we have 1 minute till the next fight. I'm gonna finish my dead mans. Sadly, Scuttle is not up for the taking. Their red buff might be.
An enemy has been slain.
Now this is mana regen the team can sorely use. So I'm kind of hoping they'll push in the mid. I'm gonna go bot.
We are filled with might.
Kind of tempted to just put the next level into Phoenix stance just so I have some wave clear here.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Kind of hoping they can stall a little bit without me while I push this in. Tiger plus Earth and the Triforce, this should kind of die fast.
Shut down.
They could Baron off that.
An ally has been slain.
Damn. Yeah, I don't think I can get anything right now, but the important thing is all inhibitors are exposed.
Who would stand against us? Night as one. Our journey continues.
Killing spree.
Now, we could look into doing Baron here. My other option is I can run down Jinx. Gonna go back and get my Deadmans first, though. So do I really want this? I think I'd rather go this, to be honest. Anyway, she can hit her W and she can get away. She just has to dodge the zap and the ult if Jinx fires them. That's right, so I need to give that to Ziggs.
Our journey continues.
Not worth it. I'm just gonna walk in the bot. That's game.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Need to get over here so I can dance on their base. And there you go, Tiger Udyr. The better form of Udyr at the moment, I'd say. For the endgame screen, if it ever loads. A plus rank, first one of the day. Number 3 for damage behind MF and Ziggs. Considering near the end I split push instead of team fought, had I done that I think I would have been ahead of her. Damage taken, that should still be me because Tiger Udyr is that broken at the moment. But in case you're wondering the whole thought process behind all of this, since the buff camps have become single target, and then you also have the Gromp, you want single target damage to really shine, which is where Tiger comes into play. Phoenix is more about AoE clear, which isn't as easy to come across in the jungle. You have the wolves, the chickens, the golems, but the golems and the chickens aren't really that great, so you can use Tiger and then just go counter jungle the hell out of the enemy. Counter jungling is best with Tiger stance since you can specifically take the big camp, so you can steal the enemy big chicken, the big golem, and so on. And you can see when it was all said and done, I actually had the most gold on the team. For the enemy team, they had everything on GP, and near the end, he wasn't really a threat because I had deadmans and everything else I needed to run him down. And you can see Shyvana, she's technically positive, she and GP are the only ones, but she can't duel me. Part of it is she went blue smite, but the other part is Fromel I'd say is a lot better than this. The trade-off, of course, is whenever we fought, I actually wanted to fight. I sat there and slugged it out with her. So Fromel wouldn't have really made a difference. She actually probably would have needed a Blade of the Rune King to keep up. And the reason why I was so confident in fighting her is since I counter-jungled her so much, I knew I had the gold advantage. You can look at my build and see I have the item advantage. So she was working on her deadmans, I had that completed, and I also had this item that I got as a mistake early on. But yeah, since I wasn't running Bounty Hunter, I didn't really have any incentive to try to kill everyone. If I did, that's good, but I was just focused on the map. And then, the last thing, in case you're wondering why I'm not heartbroken about not getting that S. So, this is not the first Udyr game I've played this season. I did one in preparation for this game, and it was against a Sejuani. I actually counter-jungled her so hard she quit playing, and it was actually like it might have been 20 minutes, but it was one of those games where we had the number advantage in players, and they just threw in the towel, they couldn't keep up. Since I basically had both jungles to myself, I could gank, do farm as I pleased, and that guaranteed me that S rank that you see here. So if you're wondering why I'm scrolling up, it's basically, this is how I got Nunu's chest last season. It was against an Olaf, I counter-jungled him till he quit, and there you go. But still, I'm not entirely sure what I could have done to secure the S here, but I probably needed to just farm up instead of take the dragons, but I wanted the win. But anyway, that brings you up to speed on everything, and you now know I have Udyr's chest in my pocket. I'm the Hero of Light, thanks for watching, and goodbye.